After completing the Lost City trek in the Sierra Nevada mountains, I was stuck thinking about what other adventure I could do in Colombia. Finally, after browsing the map, I noticed a desert stretching out into the Caribbean Sea. I packed my backpack and immediately went off.
It will take 2 days to get there. I'm not sure through which type of terrain and where I will spend the night, but I am sure we will stumble upon many unique and interesting things. So let's go, let's do this. The first part of the leg is actually reaching Rio Hache.
I went to the central station in Santa Marta and hopped on the Brasilia bus to Rio Hache. The bus was packed but very comfortable, with AC, Wi-Fi and a bathroom, and it also had decent views.
Wow, 3 hours from Santa Marta to Rio Hache. Let's keep going. By the way, the bus from Santa Marta cost $8, 40,000 Colombian pesos.
In Rio Hache, I hailed a taxi to the market and got a history lesson. At the market, I had to find the transportation to Uribia.
We found the car that is going to Uribia. 25,000 pesos. Hopefully we reach it before the night time.
So they put me in the back with two other ladies here, because I'm the tourist, obviously, not in the front seat. But the road looks good. Very strange that the buses don't go along this path to Uribia. And the screen looks like a white screen here, like watching a movie.
Okay, señor. Gracias. Hasta luego.
Actually, the road was really bad with many potholes on the way, but at least it was a short 1 hour ride. And now it was time to settle in this fancy hotel. I've just reached Uribia. It's time for rest. Quite dark little village here. And yeah, see you tomorrow.
Good morning from Uribia. It's a bit late start today. We'll explore maybe 10 minutes or so and then try to catch a car on the highway that goes to Cabo de la Vela. Last night I go to eat and I was the only gringo in this town. There's no tourists, including Colombians. By the way, the border with Venezuela is about 20 miles away. There's a possibility that there's a lot of refugees here. You can definitely tell that something is going on here in terms of people seeking for help, and the women's dresses are totally different. And I've noticed also that this place has more natives. We're going to a region where the Wayuu people live, which is one of the largest indigenous tribes in Colombia. And I'm not sure if this is them, but could be.
This is the Wayuu people, the largest indigenous group in Colombia, with around 150,000 people. They mainly occupy La Guajira state. Since the desert also spills into Venezuela, the Wayuu often crosses borders for seasonal work. Their towns are very concentrated because of the language they speak. It makes it easier to navigate within the community.
Kind of looks like India, with these bicycles, the market stalls, and the woman dressed in the native clothing does have similarities with the Indian culture. I just realized they're selling gasoline on the street. Check it out.
At this point, I went to the intersection to find the ride to Cabo de la Vela.
Well, I found a ride, but we're waiting for 3 more people and I'm not sure how soon that will be. There's an option to ride a motorcycle, and that will cost double the money and it will take 1 hour. I'm thinking about doing that. Okay, Vamos. Vamos.
From here, the journey began to be very uncomfortable. I did not expect this type of a road or the time it would take to get to the town. Yet, I did discover something new.
They use the cactuses for the fence of the house. The kids are standing on the roadside begging for food and candy. It's the wrong thing to do from the tourists to give them food, because this way they actually don't want to work or produce anything. They just rely on the donations from all the people who are visiting this place.
It's funny they even have rope barriers that they have control of. At one point they even tried to snatch my camera.
Now the road really got messed up over here. We've reached our third stop, Cabo de la Vela. Check this out, a beach town near the desert. Wow, so beautiful, so remote. From here, we are looking to go to the final destination, Punta Gallinas. And that will take about 3 hours. I'm not sure if there's a car, a 4x4 that would go right now. What a cute little church, but it's surprising. Maybe it's not a church, because the Wayuu indigenous people actually were the only ones to stand up against the Spanish conquistadors.
In fact, they were one of the few to have learned the use of firearms and horses. That helped to organize their continuous rebellions against the Spanish.
I have a feeling I will have to spend the night here, but I don't like this type of things. Just chilling all day long by the beach. There's nothing to do here. Waste of time.
Now let me give you a tour of the shack that is $14 a night.
Small room, it has everything. The bed and a toilet with a shower. But no water, no Wi-Fi. And water is limited to 2 hours a day. Mosquito nets, no AC. Have a fan, but it's broken. But there is light. The best part actually that there's no towel, which is completely absurd. Pay $14 a night, at least you should get a towel. It's time for a sunset walk. On the map it shows that there's something cool over there along those mountains. Some sort of Virgin Mary or some nice views, whatever it is. We'll go check it out. I'm not a big fan of the Rocky Mountains, especially near the beach. It doesn't really blend together. Well, we saw Cabo de la Vela. For today is enough. I'm gonna enjoy the sunset and see you tomorrow. Day number 3, it's 6:30 in the morning. We had to wake up at 5, no shower, no food, beat up car, terrible road conditions. This is some really uncomfortable traveling. And here's the desert. This is what it looks like.
After 2.5 hour ride through the bumpy desert, we arrive at the river crossing.
Leg 2 of the journey is to take the boat on the other side of this desert. I just realized we're staying in this camp because the guide told us this is it. They have lunch prepared that costs extra money, breakfast costs extra money, and I'm sleeping in the hammock tonight. A little sneak peek how we're going to sleep in this hammocks over here. They're larger than usual ones. It's comfortable if you know how to sleep on the back, but if you're a stomach sleeper or a side sleeper, it's a total disaster. Hola.
We go to the Orcha, and then at some point there was a bridge and they just blocked it and you had to walk across.
The desert is behind me. The sea is in front of me. We've reached Punta Gallinas, northernmost tip of South America. Did I imagine visiting this place? No. Came to my mind about a week ago. It's unbelievable how isolated and remote it is, and that's where the desert meets the sea. Pretty unique, spectacular views. I'm not sure what these rock formations are for, but as we saw in Uzbekistan, these are the offerings to the gods. Stop number 2 is on top of this little hill.
Richtig dreist.
Ja. Ja, und das Ding. Dann auch keine kompetenten Leute mehr an der Regierung. Gesundheitssystem überlassen kann. Ja, aber deswegen haben wir auch die Straße.
While we were driving, on the way, the Wayuu people are blocking access along the road. They're asking for a donation or some candy or something like that. If it's kids, it's candy. If it's elderly man, then it's money. But we didn't have to pay much because we're with the official tour. I think the main reason why I came to this adventure is actually to see the dunes. The dunes meeting the sea. I thought it's quite a spectacular landscape. I've seen this somewhere in Africa, but if it's here and it's so close, why not?
The dunes are formed by the strong winds picking up the sand from Sahara, then blowing over the ocean and lands here. Also, this sand filters rainwater and creates aquifer of fresh water, which is needed for the survival of the indigenous. Before returning to camp, I tried sandboarding and cooling off with a swim in the Caribbean Sea. By the way, I had an upset stomach the whole day. Then sleeping in the hammock that night was super uncomfortable. And the ride back the following day took 3 hours to Uribia, skipping Cabo de la Vela. I will never repeat this adventure.
Well, our journey has come to an end. That was a difficult one, but achievable. I hope that was an informative video for you in case you're thinking to do the same. And yeah, thanks for watching, and until next episode.